Bro, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? It's got done in, you know. I'm about to drop something to you right quick. Little key, right? So y'all know I most times, well, a lot of the time, right? I'll get a download or message or whatever, and I will be excited to come up here and tell y'all real quick, right? And then some of them, I wait a while, right? Because I know if it's I still have to wait for some information, right? And get some things where. But anyway, right? Anyway. So I've noticed something, right? And spiritually, right? I heard so something was explained to me, right? Let me say it like this. Something was explained to me and it made all of the sense, right? And it just opened up a new door, right? Spiritually, like in my mind, right? It opened up a new door, a new understanding, right? So check it out. So when, let's say you always wanted to do something, right? You always had a dream to do whatever it is you had a dream to do. Okay, let's say you start on that said thing, right? Or things, right? Multiple things, right? And you know how a person will start something, right? And we've all probably been guilty of that, right? I for one have. We'll start something, right? And not long after starting it, we'll put it down, right? And after a while, we'll forget about it. We'll for a time, right? And after a while, it's a pattern of that, right? Picking things up, starting them, right? And then putting them down, right? And never picking them up again, right? Due to self doubt, right? Or doubt from others, or whatever the case may be, right? And so, sorry, yeah, it's incoming, it's incoming. So take that, right, and flip it around. Okay, 222 on the timer. So let's say you start something again, right? Like you always do, right? And you start building upon that thing, right? Day by day, right? Day by day, week by week, month by month, and so on, right? Year by year. And even if even if they're small, subtle things that you do every day, right? Let's say you're writing a book, right? And you started off by writing 10 pages a day, right? And then it dwindled down to like 2 pages, right? And then a half a page. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe you took a break, right? Or you had a little lap in enthusiasm, right? So you put it down for a second, right? But instead of doing what you've always done, right, you go back to it, right? Even though you don't feel like you can write 10 pages, right, you still do a page, right? You still do a paragraph, right, for that day. Bam. Next day, you do 3 pages. You know what I'm saying? Next day, 5 pages. After that, 20 pages, right? The point that I'm getting to, okay, 3, 4, 5 on timer. Thank you for the confirmation. The point that I'm getting to is there is a level, right? There is one of those times, like I just explained, that you're going to do the same thing you've always done, right? Except for at the part that you've always stopped at, you're going to come back to it and you're going to do something different than you did before, right? Which is continue that project, right? Whether it's in big leaps, right? Or it's in small, right? No matter what did I say the other day? Keep moving, right? As long as you're still working on it, right? It's going to get done. It's going to get done, right? And it's like when you do that different thing, right? Which is continue to work on it, what you're doing is you're breaking past a barrier, right? You're breaking past a barrier that you've always stopped at, right? Right? You might not have been able to see it with your physical eyes, but spiritually, there's a barrier right there the whole time. That's why you couldn't get past starting something and then putting it down, right? A spiritual barrier that you did not know was there, right? I'm pretty sure y'all ask yourselves the questions over the years. Man, why does it seem like I can't go past a certain level? Every time I try to do something, why does it seem like I can't go past a certain level? That's why, right? One of the reasons why, depending on what it is, right? Could be healing that you need to do, right, in order to take the next step into the next part of your life, right? It could be many things, right? But right now, it's breaking those detrimental habits, right? Breaking those barriers down, right? Moving those mountains out the way. You know what I'm saying? And it takes faith, right? That's what that was, right? You pushing past that barrier, it was faith that knocked the barrier out the way. Do you get it? Did you get it? It was faith that knocked that barrier out the way. And you was able to mosey on in there, right? And then you finally finish it. And beloved, oh, how accomplishing that feels when you're done with it. And then comes the abundance from it, right? So you put a book on the shelves, you might not think it's gonna do anything, and you are the number one, the New York Times #1 bestseller. The New York Times #1 bestseller, right? You know what that is? That's your harvest. That is the reaping of your harvest. Those seeds that you planted, which was writing that book. Those were seeds you were planting. Your book, making it to people's living rooms, making it to people's iPads or whatever they're reading your book off of, right? That is your seeds that you planted, your tree growing, and it bearing fruit that everybody is eating off of. Healing. Eating some think of it. Say you were in the Garden of Eden. Think of it like this, right? The fruit that was in the Garden of Eden, okay? Not the fruit that we know today. Think about it being that caliber of fruit. That must have been some, I don't know how amazing tasting fruit that they had in the Garden of Eden, but I can just try to imagine it. It must have been some sent you flying up to the heavens type fruit. You know what I'm saying? Probably some fruits we've never even seen in this day and age, right? Because it was heavenly, right? It was untouched by sin, right? It was untouched by everything that man and the fallen ones brought to the world, right? So this is what's happening when you're breaking the habit of starting something and not finishing it, right? So this is what's happening for some of you, beloved. If it hasn't happened yet, it's about to, right? Right, you're right in the midst of it. You're right in the midst of it. It's happening, right? To most of you, this is serving as a confirmation. That's all I'm doing, right? That's all I'm doing. But it's happening, right? And what else comes from that, right? From that first thing that you finish, everything else that you start now, oh, breathe. Breathe. You're gonna, it's like it's like you got, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like you started an engine, like a generator that never stops running, right? That the heavens are always just constantly filling it up with gas. You don't even have to worry about it. You don't even have to worry about it because you done already got the first one out the way. So the rest of it is just gonna run. It's gonna run, and you're gonna create and create and create, and the whole world is gonna eat off of your trees. It's happening. I love you, beloved. I love all y'all. Y'all know that. All right. I just had to come bring y'all that, man. That was some little that was a little, you know, it was sweet to the taste. I had to give it to you. I had to give it to you. But I love y'all, beloved. Y'all know that. And I will holler at y'all later. All right. Peace.